This is what will enable us to animate the icing on this ice cream, animating a vertex group from a falloff. First, we'll add a spreading wave falloff to the mesh. As always, we create an empty which will serve as a reference for the falloff. Next, if you haven't already done so, we need to create a vertex group. I call mine icing. It now needs to be added to the falloff output so that it can animate it. We also create a new texture attribute, which I call texture icing. I can now put a displace modifier and link the vertex group in it. The effect of the falloff can be seen immediately. I then lower the force of the displace, and we can play with the settings. To change the material from one to the other, we'll add a mix shader in the actual material. We add an attribute node and put the texture icing reference from earlier in it. We plug it into the mix shader factor and can now apply a second shader to the other input. To avoid ugly gradients in the mesh polygons, we add a color ramp and contrast it to taste. The more the mesh is subdivided, the smoother the effect. Be careful with performance issues though. Now you can play with the falloff settings and animate the position and scale of the empty object. We used a displace modifier, but all modifiers that use a vertex group can now benefit from a falloff.